welcome to episode 2 of From Minstermen to Champions League Men here on Football Manager 2015. Join you back, it's the 9th August 2014 and we've got the opening competitive fixture of this series and we travel away to Tranmere, which is going to be a toughie because Tranmere actually are a team that are struggling in real life, alongside York down at the bottom of the table, but on this, their season preview is to come 5th. So, in that sense, we've got to kind of be very wary of Tranmere, and this is going to be a tough fixture to open up our account, especially away from home. And we're just going to have to see how we go about things. So, since the last episode, we've just gone through the first pre-season, and we've made a few transfers. Now, the money is tight. I forgot to show you that in the last episode. Money is tight. We've got 450 grand in the bank, but expected to lose around 300 grand this year. But like the transfer budget was 5 grand, and the wage budget was, I think, like £500 more. So kind of loans were the only issue, and as you can see, we're over our wage budget. Only by 500 quid or something, so nothing too big. We have gone over it, but we've been able to bring in one free transfer and 2 loans. I'm going to go through the free transfer first, which is Esteban Lopez, a guy you might have heard of, especially if you're doing lower league management. He seems to be a guy that gets picked up a fair bit, and for good reasons as well. Like, he's got plenty of pace, good physicals, but he doesn't have much else going for him. Decent flair, but I think there's something to be nurtured, especially when you have that sort of pace, that if you can gain a bit of technical and physical ability, or technical and mental ability even, he could become a decent enough player in the future. He won't really start this year, I doubt, because at the moment we're not playing a kind of wide men formation. We're playing quite a compact formation in the middle of a park. But anyway, he's a decent player for most Sky Bet League 2 sides, and we'll probably only start to play if we end up playing wingers, because we're quite short on wingers, and that's one of the reasons why we brought him in. And he could be a decent enough player for us. The other 2 on loans, both from bigger sides. Ollie Lee, the first one, on loan from Birmingham. He looks a decent enough player for this level, kind of an advanced playmaker type. Decent passing, 12, 11 technique. Some half-decent mentals. Like, as you can see, though, these guys are fairly limited players compared to what you start off with in the Premier League or something. Like, a passing attribute of 12 is pretty good for this level. He's going to be playing in this kind of advanced playmaker role, where he kind of fits the bill. Only his weakest attribute is off the ball with 8, which isn't too bad at all. Have a look at his report. He's a good player for most Sky Bet League 2 sides. He just have a fair few cons to go with him as well. Doesn't enjoy big matches. He's kind of filling his potential now. Tactical coaching should be improved. I might look into that. But you know, he looks decent enough, and hopefully he can do a bit of a job for us. Same with Liam Agnew, who's come in from Sunderland. He's on loan. Now, he's a bit more of a deep-lying playmaker type. Again, pretty good for this level, I would have thought. And if we have a look at him as a deep-lying playmaker support, you know, good attributes there. Like, weakest one, again, is 9. He's got a few 9s now. Composure, decisions, off the ball, and technique. But to have a weakest attribute of 9 isn't actually too bad for this level. Report is actually a little better, I think. Current ability is a good player for League 2 sides, but he does have that potential ability to possibly become a decent Sky Bet Championship midfielder. So there's possibly something to him. He came in without us having to pay any of his wages. Ollie Lee, I think we're having to pay £160 of his wages, which was like 20%. So, you know, not spending too big. Esteban Lopez, I think, was on £300. Yeah. So, you know, these aren't exactly big money moves. And it would surprise me if we actually brought in anyone else. It would have to be another kind of not non-fee paying loan. And that's the only ones we can afford at the moment. Unfortunately, though, going into this opening day of the season, we've already got a backlog of injuries to our name. Brad Halliday, who's one of our good loanees, he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. Luke Summerfield, he started off out injured. He's out for another 3 to 6 weeks. Zubar is back near enough. McCoy back in 4 days. Montrose back in 4 days. And Coulson back imminently. But all of them are out, and all of them can't start today. Now, because of our kind of lack of squad depth, we've had to kind of put 2 or 3 of the guys who are returning imminently on the bench. That kind of shows you what sort of desperation we're in at the moment. But kind of that's what we've had to go for in the end. If we have a look at a pre-season, I don't usually look too much into pre-season. It wasn't too bad. We beat Tamworth 3-1. We drew 3-3 with Real. We lost 3-0 at home to Leyton Orient, which wasn't great. We beat Kettering away 3-0. So Emile Sinclair had a half-decent pre-season. The striker, formerly of Northampton. He scored 4 goals and 2 assists in his 4 games in pre-season. Didn't do it at Northampton, but hopefully he can do it with us. He's just recently moved from Northampton to York in real life, and despite scoring like 1 in 60 or something for Northampton, he scored 2 in 3 in his first few games for the Minstermen. And hopefully he can do the same for us in this game. I don't think there's much more to tell you about. Like, if we have a look at our season expectations overall, it's to be competitive in League 2. Now, that is really to kind of fight against relegation. They're looking for us to get through without having to go down, which I think we can probably do, but, we might be scrapping around down there. To reach the second round of the FA Cup, now that would mean we'd have to just win one round, and hopefully if we got a nice enough draw, we'd be able to do so. Be competitive in the Capital One Cup. Now that isn't going to happen because we've been drawn at home to Wigan in the first round, which is a bit of a shocking draw. And Johnson's Paint Trophy is to be competitive as well. We haven't entered that yet. So there's plenty of competitions available to us. The fact that I don't think we'll do actually very well in any of them, though. Have a look. I do think we brought in a few staff. Yeah, of course, Wilcox had to go. Brought in John Milton, who's not a bad scout, and same with Glenn Chamberlain. And we might have to look into maybe bringing in a few more coaches. I don't know whether they'll let me, though. See, they don't really let me. And that's kind of... We've only got 3 coaches, but we're only allowed 3 coaches. Same with scouts, 3 and 3. But anyway, I think we might as well get into today's fixture, and I'll probably run you through the tactic and the team involved. And this is the tactics that we're going to start off with, I suppose. We've got Bobby Oljanek in goal. Back 4 of Keith Lowe, who's playing at right back, which isn't his preferred position, but because of Halliday and McCoy out injured, he's having to play there. He has previously played right back, and he can kind of play there. Dave Winfield, he should hopefully be a backup centre half really for the majority of the season, but he's having to play today. John McComb, 29-year-old centre half, decent enough last year. He's kind of gone off the boil a bit. Femi Ilizamni, got a fair bit of potential this left back, but he's only a leading player for most conference sides now, so he needs to kind of buck up a little bit, play above where he should be. Tom Platt, a youngster, 20-year-old. He looks quite good though for his current ability. He's a good player for most Vanarama Conference's sides. He looks actually decent enough. Russ Penn, one of our better players, centre midfielder, ball winning, tugging through both Ollie Lee and Liam Agnew. And then we've got Jake Hyde up front, not a bad striker, and Emile Sinclair up front, who's not a bad striker. And we've got Wes Fletcher, who's lurking around on the bench. Now, he would play, I think, ahead of Sinclair, but he isn't quite fit at the moment and didn't really play much part in pre-season, just a few appearances off the bench, so he really hasn't had any match fitness. We might play him midweek against Wigan, because really that's a write-off game, and I won't be putting out too strong a team. Although the problem is at the moment with the squad we have is there's no real room, as you can see, for us to kind of manoeuvre around with team selections, because we just don't have the players to do so, which is a big shame. Now let's try and sort out these settings for you guys. So let's get that down there. We'll have the goal action. on replay in 3D. Okay, so there's a fair bit of individual instructions to be seen there. Hopefully we can get the boys riled up a little bit here and get them motivated for the first game of the season. And anyway, away we go here at Prenton Park, I believe it is. Yeah, I think it's Prenton Park, and Carlisle is Brunton Park. And it will be interesting to see kind of where we're at, because as I said before, I don't really read much into pre-season. I don't think there's much point to. Like, you've got to actually just size up how you can do against a Tranmere, something we're actually going to be quite competitive, you would think, near the end of the season, up at the top. So this is going to be a tough ask for us, but one that I'm kind of interested to see how we fare. Sinclair? No. Don't know whether that goes down as a shot or not, but it was a fairly tame one at that. And Keith Lowe wins the header. It's been a bit scrappy though. It's a bit of football tennis being played, really, just lumping the ball back and forth. But here's Molyneux. Cole Stockton, great save. Oh, bloody hell. Don't do that to me. Bobby Oljanek with a terrific save in goal there. And Russ Payne gets the resulting header away as Tranmere spurn their first clear-cut chance here. And we live on for now. Kirby now. Chance still not gone, but good tackle from Liam Agnew. Keith Lowe now. He's got the ball. Finds Penn, Platt, Lee. Get it out to Agnew. Yeah, good football. Find a pass. Finds Jake Hyde into Sinclair. Oh, good play, Sinclair. He did so well to get beyond his central defender, but then a really tame shot straight at Fawn Williams. And both teams have now spurned one gettable clear-cut chance each. Both of them probably should have been scored. Holmes, Stockton 1-0. Stockton rises above Ollie Lee, it looks like, and they take the lead after 25 minutes. Which is disappointing because the game's been quite even so far, and I think the goal could have gone either way, but unfortunately for us, it has gone Tranmere's way. Good ball in. It's not a bad header. Are those the travelling York fans? God, that doesn't look right. Doesn't look like many are out to support the team, unfortunately. Danny Holmes, he's a good player for this level. Fortunately, after those kind of brief, looking quite decent at the start of the game, we've kind of drifted out of the game a little bit here. And just 2 shots in the first, 3 shots in the end. And I expect to see a much better performance in the second half. I'm going to bump it up to attacking, see what that does to us. See whether that, if it leaves us completely in the lurch, well, that's my own kind of tactical fault, but we've got to try it out, I think, and hopefully try and get the strikers into the game a little bit more. They really haven't had much of a sniff, bar that one Sinclair chance. Although when you look at it, they really haven't created much either, a few more shots, but only one clear-cut chance as well, plus a half chance to go with it. But here's Emil Sinclair. Sinclair. Oh, jeez. Jake Hyde. Sinclair! 1-1. Get in. Emil Sinclair on his debut. Him and Hyde are on debuts. And they combine well here. I thought Sinclair had blown the chance with this kind of terrible ball into the middle, but Jake Hyde manages to kind of recover it and does really well to stop it and gets the ball in the middle, and Sinclair manages to slot it home, and those very few York City away fans are loving it behind the goal. But it is Jennings. Don't tell me they're going to score immediately. Jennings hasn't been tracked. Winfield, good header. Sinclair now. That is extremely poor play from Sinclair. Dugdale. Oh no, here we go. No, Stockton. Donnelly. Oh, great tackle by John McComb. A last gasp tackle. Get rid of it. Tom Platt does well there. No nonsense, just gets rid. See, the thing is, I'd like to make a change now in the middle of the park. Because people like Agnew and Lee are tiring, but there is actually nobody to bring on. There is not a single person to bring on in centre midfield that can actually play there. Winfield, good header away. Oh, Platt, take control of it. Ah, Stockton. Oh, tackle. What a save by Bobby. God, we're living on the brink here, though. As you can see, since we've equalised, they've really stepped on the pressure. Oh, come on. I do understand that these first Stockton should have scored. I do understand that in these first few seasons it is going to be extremely frustrating because the standard of football is just not good. I'm going to bring on Fletcher for Hyde. It's the only thing we can do because, as I said, we just don't have the people to come on. You know, somebody like Liam Agnew and Ollie Lee, like, they really need to come off, but gonna have to soldier on. Tom Platt now out to Keith Lowe, who's made a good overlapping run. Forced to Ollie Lee. Out to Keith Lowe again. Sinclair! 2-1! Sinclair has turned it around. And now that one was unexpected. That one was against the run of play. But I'm not complaining. Ollie Lee does really well here. Out to Keith Lowe. This is a good appetising ball in and a good header from Sinclair, who scores a brace on debut. And we're now 2-1 up, and we've really got something to hold on to now, although that's not a great kick out from Bobby Olejnik, but Penn does well to win it. Low back to Bobby. Get rid of it, yeah. Win that, Sinclair, win that header. No, Penn, win the rebound. Lee, have a pop. No, Fletcher. Penn, you're in space, Penn! Oh, if that had fallen to anybody but Russ Penn. Like, Russ Penn is one of the most inept players going forward. And here we go. See, this is what happens though if you have guys who are who are really tiring on the pitch, and we're gonna have to bring on Lopez. Push him up. No, he can't play anywhere. Can this guy play anywhere? He can slightly play. London Mikel can slightly do it. They're really clutching at straws here, and Bobby needs to just waste time here, and will have picked up a really nice victory to start us off. And please blow up, ref, it's time. London Mikel, Russ Penn now, Fletcher. Matt Hill concedes a foul, and that surely is that. Matt Hill might pick up a booking here late on. Maybe. Oh, Jesus Christ, he's been sent off. Oh, God, I didn't see that one coming. It looked a fairly innocuous challenge, if you ask me, but obviously not. Why have you got so many players up the pitch? Conserve. Yeah, that's out, though. Come on. Blow it up, referee. Sinclair. No. Donnelly. We are over 2 minutes past how many minutes should have been played. Oh, no, Dave Winfield. Oh, see, fuck off, ref. No, no, no. Tackled. Taylor. They're going to score. Jennings. Fuck off, ref. Oh, I'm trying to keep control there. It's hard not to, though. It is hard not to. 96th minute equaliser. When there were 2 minutes of additional time. Now, I do understand there was a sending off. Okay. That does not mean a further 4 minutes of additional time. Of course it's game over now, of course, while we're attacking. Bet end of a referee has cost us a game here. Played well nonetheless, like we does. You know, if. Oh, it's just, that is screwed up. That is screwed up. Oh well, we did play well, like there's a lot of positives to take out of it. These aren't, though. Dave Winfield, 3 to 4 weeks. Ollie Lee, 2 to 3 weeks. Oh my god. It doesn't stop, does it? Look at the injury list. Huge. We're just after our first game of the season. Hopefully this isn't a sign of things to come, but a decent draw, I think, in the end. We deserved to win it. We should have won it if it wasn't for the referee playing until Tranmere scored. It was a bit Alex Ferguson-esque, that one. Anyway, put it behind us though. The next commentary is going to be away at Stevenage, which is in around a month's time. Because the thing is, though, in League 2 is like that's a month, the difference between the Tranmere today's game and Stevenage's game. But yet there's actually 6 games to cover. Usually, if you did that in the Premier League or something, there'd only be 2 or 3. So that's what I like about it a little bit more. I can play a little bit more in my on my own, and then come back every month, which will continue to happen. We've got all these games will be covered. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video, of course it's still a new series, so please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys later.